Hey guys, yeah, paranormal games you should probably never play, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, yeah, okay, so the first game we're going to be talking about is called Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board. And anyways, you're supposed to have one of your friends lie on the floor with four or five people, while four or five people kneel around him or her, with each of you placing just two fingers from each hand under their body. The group chants light as a feather, stiff as a board, and then attempts to lift that person into the air. It won't work the first time, but by your second attempt, you'll discover, much to everyone's shock and awe, that they easily drift upwards, almost like you're nudging up a balloon. Not so scary, huh? Well, play at your own risk. So, yeah, now we have the picture game. Here's how it works: make a circle on the floor with a rope and put the glass in the middle, filling it with a little bit of alcohol. Everybody sits in the circle, around the circle, excuse me, holding one of the tiny mirrors with the reflective part pointing towards the ceiling. With the lights out, everybody closes their eyes and says, "I trust you," and then chants in unison, "The door is open, please come in." Pass around the camera, and everyone has three turns taking a picture in the dark while saying, "I caught you," out loud. At no point should anyone enter the circle made by the rope, and that's it. Will you catch a glimpse of a ghost in one of those pictures? We're not telling. You'll just have to try and find out. Do not try to find it. And like they said, do not try to find it. The next game is called Bloody Mary. A popular this is a popular game at sleepovers. Basically, you lock yourself inside a bathroom with all of the lights out except for a single candle. Then you stare in the mirror and chant Bloody Mary 13 times. Or maybe it's just 3 times. Or possibly 100 times. There are numerous different variations, and nobody seems to agree on the exact number. So just start saying Bloody Mary and wait for a ghost to appear in the mirror. So yeah, you can now summon a ghost. Anyways, the next game we're gonna talk about is actually one of the more popular games that you would hear in like these types of videos, and it's called the Midnight Game. I know, creepy, right? Eh. So basically you write your full name, yes, including your middle name, on a piece of paper and place it in front of a wooden door. Then light a candle and place it on top of the paper. Wait until just before midnight and then knock on the door 22 times. And this is pretty difficult because your last knock has to be exactly at the stroke of midnight. Then blow out the candle and open the door. What happens next in this scariest of scary games? By the way, oh yeah, you've just released the Midnight Man into the world. Some sort of supernatural creature that's going to be hunting you for the next 3.5 hours. Yeah, that's right, hunting. Yeah, that's You have to walk around your dark house with a candle until 3:33 a.m. That which is when the midnight man would disappear, and try not to get caught. If your candle blows out, that means it's close. If you can't get it relit, You have to surround yourself with salt. If you don't get the salt shaker in time, the Midnight Man finds you, and well, it's unclear what happens then. We've never met someone who's let that happen, but we sure don't want to find out. I know I don't. The next game is called the Ouija, and it's not technically a game. Well, I guess it is. It's a game you play on the Ouija board. So, the Ouija board. Two players put their fingers on the planchette and start asking questions to no one in particular. If a nearby spirit hears you and feels like responding, your hands will mysteriously gravitate across the board until an answer appears. Seems innocuous enough, sounds innocent enough. The game can't be that bad if you can buy it in a toy store. But there are crazy stories out there, and they're not from giggly teenagers trying to freak each other out on a weekend sleepover. They're from sane, entirely believable adults who used a Ouija board and ended up with way more than what they bargained for. Still want to try it? Okay, then we have the fortune game. So this is a Japanese fortune-telling game, and it's an ancient folklore that's been practiced for centuries. All that's needed is an ordinary comb, something to conceal your face, and a crossroads, an intersection of two or more roads. There's just something creepy and mystical about an intersection of two or more roads, and it's not just the fact that it's included in practically every legend wherein a person makes a deal with or the great down him. Don't worry, you're not meeting any demons in this game, at least I think. You start by walking out in the crossroads just after dark, either alone or with a friend. Stand near the center and make the comb speak by running your fingers across the teeth. Then repeat these three lines: Kasuji Ura, Tsuji Ura, grant me a true response. Conceal your face and wait, and wait, and wait until someone approaches. If nobody comes, or you're approached by a friend or someone you know, your request has been denied by the spirit realm. But if a stranger walks over without revealing your identity, politely ask them to tell you your fortune. Listen quietly, and when they've finished and have disappeared back into the night, walk home with your newfound knowledge. Did you get good news or horrifying news? Who exactly was this stranger? A dead relative or some messenger from the beyond? The mysteries are exactly what makes this game so enthralling. Why? But apparently, some people like to play hide and seek by themselves. So now we have one man hide and seek. Okay? How in the world can you play hide and seek without anybody else? Simple, just find yourself a creepy doll and summon a ghost to inhabit it so it chases after you. Fun, right? Oh, and there's a catch. When the possessed doll is it, they're not just trying to tag it. The doll will actually be intent on stabbing you instead. Yep, that's the story. Maybe it's all in your imagination, and there's not really a doll with demon eyes wandering through your house with a kitchen knife, looking to slice into you when you least expect it. But you better stay in that closet for a few more hours just to be safe, or the smarter thing, don't try at all. Next up, we have the cat scratch game. It works. If it works, and many people swear that it does, this is one of the scary games that will leave you confused and petrified for weeks. There's not much to it. You lie on your back on the floor with your head resting on a friend's lap. Then your friend recites one or two stories involving a cat, all while gently rubbing your temples. Okay, that's a little weird. They're long stories and include creepy lines. There once was an old lady who owned a cat. Cat was very nice. It meowed and purred. One day, the cat got hit by a car and died. When your friend is finished, stand up and pull up your shirt. If this ghoul's ghoulish ritual worked correctly, your back should be covered in red claw marks. How this happens is anybody's guess. The stories awaken some cat ghost who managed to slip under you and scratch your back without you feeling a thing. What exactly do dead cats have against stories about cats? Why did it scratch you and not the jerk telling the story? It's a lot to ponder and will definitely keep you up at night. Plenty of nights, in fact. We have the bath game next. Also known as Daruma-san, it's a great it's a great activity for anyone who's ever thought, I'd love to take a long, relaxing bath that actually turns into the most horrifying night of my life. Sound like you? Okay then. Here's what's involved. Pour yourself a nice warm bath and turn out the lights. Climb in and sit facing the faucet. Close your eyes tight and begin repeating these words out loud. Juruma-san fell down. Juruma-san fell down. Eventually, they say a mental image will pop into your head of a Japanese woman standing in the bathtub who quickly falls down and hits the faucet with her face, causing her to lose her right eye. Without opening your eyes or turning on the lights, get out and walk straight to bed. The next day, the ghost of the woman who died in the bathtub will be haunting you. Everywhere you go, she'll be there. And though you might never see her, you'll always have the weird sense that someone is standing right behind you. Your best bet, hold on, at seeing her is looking over your right shoulder. For some reason, that's where most people have caught a glimpse of her. And when you do, shout at her, Kita. This is Japanese for I cut you loose. It helps if you swing your arm down in a chopping motion just to make sure she understands. If you catch her in the exact right moment, it will be enough to scare her away. Not well, you may have a ghost stalker for a foreseeable future. Good luck with that. Finally, we have the elevator game. So, So basically, apparently, you can use this game to take you directly to the afterlife or to like a parallel universe, depending on the stories. Basically, get in the elevator, make sure you're alone, and press the button for the fourth floor. When you get there, don't get out. Instead, press the button for the second floor. From there, take the elevator to the sixth floor, then back to the second floor, and then to the 10th floor, and finally to the fifth floor. Allegedly, once you get to the fifth floor, a mysterious young woman will step inside. Don't look at her, and for the love of all that is good, do not say anything at all to her. As some fans of this mystical game has warned, she is not what she seems. Instead, just stare straight ahead and wait to see what happens next. If she takes you to the 10th floor, don't get out. You'll be stuck in the other world forever. You'll be stuck in the other world forever. Just wait until the elevator eventually makes its way back to the first floor. Then get out and run the heck out of the building. How do you know you actually rode an elevator with a ghost? You may never know, other than the chill that ran down your spine when a possibly dead person, stood next to you in an elevator and you waited. your lips trembling to see what happens next. Yes, this is one of the freakiest, scary games. That's going to wrap it up for today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!